Well, I don't know if you can actually hear in the background, but that is a plane taking off. I'm located just on the south perimeter of Gatwick Airport in West Sussex. Thanks for clicking on to Vogan's European Outlook for Wednesday. Yep, it's Wednesday, the 31st of August, last day of meteorological summer, and we begin a new season tomorrow. But certainly, it looks as if we are going to see some autumnal weather coming up over the next several days. Low pressure will become the dominant player actually as we move into the weekend, and that is going to lead to a very different flavour of weather compared to what we've seen so much this summer season. But like I say, I'm sitting just on the southern perimeter, actually at the Maple Manor Hotel, and drove from Invergordon, Rossshire this morning. So it took about roughly 10 hours to make the journey down over 600 miles. And it's interesting because um, I left Yorkshire yesterday morning, drove home, got my gear together, and my fiance Lindsay and I took the big journey down to down the just outside Gatwick Airport this evening, where we're going to be jumping on a plane tomorrow to go to Bali in Indonesia. So hopefully I can get the internet, and I do intend to have some interesting videos for you with regards to the travel, the places that we're going to see, and I will also do European outlooks as well as hopefully a global weather report. There is plenty of things going on with regards to global weather, major flooding, of course, across the Pakistan area, and we're seeing still record-breaking heat in many places as well. So I will try and get a global weather report done at some point over the next week or so. But you know, bear with me. I may not have a video. I certainly won't have a video every day, but I certainly will try my best to get keep you up to date as much as I can over the next 10 days or so. We're also going to be taking a trip actually down to Perth, Australia. Hopefully, if everything goes well, for a couple of days. So that'll be quite an exciting trip, I would say. But yeah, these were the temperatures this morning. Pretty chilly, actually. 1 degree in Altnahar, as you can see. And the rest of the country wasn't overly cold, down into single figures, but we've seen that several times over in the last month or so. And of course, further south, you can see here the temperatures were well in the double figures. Now, current temperatures, as of recording, the time is now just after 7 p.m. And I don't know if you can hear the, the, the jet engine in the background with the planes taking off. I think literally the fence is right here. I don't know if you can actually see, but the fence is right here, and literally behind them trees is basically the runway. So quite interesting. This is the Maple Manor Hotel, just on the north side of Crawley. I think it's sandwiched between Crawley to the south and the airport to the north. But these are the current temperatures as a recording, like I say, and you can see here temperatures still into the 20s, as you can see across the southern half of the British Isles, south and southwest. Back home, a cool 14 Celsius. But like I say, over the next several days, we are going to see low pressure becoming the dominant player. Now, we've got high pressure in control at the moment. We've been seeing winds coming in from the east northeast, keeping things fairly cool in the east, warmest in the west and southwest of the country. Area of low pressure to the southwest. We've got a frontal system. You can see here at the very edge of the chart. And basically, what's going to happen is low pressure to the south, this frontal system to the west northwest is going to then start to kind of almost sandwich the UK, and low pressure will develop, deepen. We're going to see arms of heavy persistent rain, showers, thunderstorms, and gale force winds, may I add, across the northern periphery of that low. This is quite a good version here. This is the 500 millibar chart here of the GFS, and you can see here what takes place here. So as we go through the rest of this week, There's the main area of low pressure kind of dropping in out of Iceland. As you can see, it drops south, and with high pressure almost surrounding this system, it kind of almost deepens in place, if you notice, and then it kind of spins away. And then as we go through the early portion and middle portion of next week, that low doesn't go anywhere anytime quickly. So really, we're going to have a period of time, really, from the end of this week through the weekend and into early and mid next week, where conditions are going to be quite unsettled, windy, reasonably cool, and we're going to see some fairly heavy rainfall at times. And then it looks as if we may start to see high pressure building in towards the end of next week here, but we'll keep an eye on that. Looking at the overview with the precipitation, cloud, temperature, and pressure all combined, you can see the conditions going downhill during the course of Friday. And then the system really starts to wind up through the course of the weekend. You can see the pressure drops into the 980s and millibars, you'll notice here. And of course, with the gradient fairly tight between high pressure over the Norwegian Sea, low pressure to the southwest of Ireland, going to start to see those winds really whipping up from the east and southeast, and 40, possibly 50 mile an hour gusts wouldn't be overly surprising. And that low, because it's surrounded by high pressure, has got really nowhere to go, so it kind of just spins away and continues to keep things rather unsettled, rather changeable, rather cool as well, right the way through the middle portion of next week. And then eventually it looks as if high pressure will build back into the UK to settle things down here. Interesting little feature here to the west of Iberia, you notice here, towards the middle portion of the month. But certainly, if you haven't already done so, please check out the September Outlook. It was released yesterday, and have a read of that. And let's wait and see what happens. But hope you're having a good evening so far, and please stay tuned. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned and see how my travels go over the next couple of weeks. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.